Hey everyone, this is Nathan Bixby from Chaotic This and That, and I wanted to do a video about getting back to your roots. What makes you do your magic, I guess, maybe. Hear me out. I've been seeing a lot of videos lately about materialism and about maybe not watching what you buy in the craft and whatnot. So I wanted to do this video to basically take a look or reflect on what it is that made us get into the craft, get to the root of it when you first picked up your first metaphysical, spiritual, Wiccan, pagan book, and maybe go back into that mindset of in awe, maybe shock, maybe a little fear. Go back to that initial emotion that made you want to get into your practice. Now, for me, it was knowing that it was me mainly having friends, and I heard this term Wiccan, and it caught my attention because I grew up in a Dungeons and Dragons, Magic the Gathering, sci-fi type type family where my sister would read all these books like the whole yeah, it was this whole series about dealing with dragons, dancing with dragons, calling with dragons. I don't know. It was this really cool fantasy book, and then she got into Dragonlance, I believe, and then other stories. And now, what I think originally brought me into this is I remember at a young age, I told my sister, I want to do a spell, well, just like bluntly. So I remember her getting a plastic bucket. I don't know if she remembers this, maybe, maybe not. Getting a plastic bucket and filling it with water. We got some sand from the backyard, shells, and random stuff, and we made this like weird, weird spell thing, and I thought it was the coolest thing ever. And it was just it. I'm just like, what do we do with it now? Like that's all I could think about. Like, is the spell over? What's the spell for? What's this potion? And then I just remember this and going back and remembering how how it made me feel with doing it with my sister or finding these ingredients. Like we had shells in a closet and we had dirt out back, and I don't know, I thought that feeling was really inexperienced. But this was when I was anywhere between 5 and 9. That was my earliest moment of magic, I guess, quote unquote magic. I didn't know exactly what paganism or witchcraft was that back then, but I thought it was interesting. And now skip ahead for about maybe 10 years. I'm thinking 15, maybe 16, where I was I was friends with a lot of people who were dabbling in pagan witchcraft, and they said they were into all that, and I thought, oh wow, this looks fascinating. I think I picked up a book and then wasn't interested ever again. And then, well, wasn't interested in it because I tried, it was too many words, too many rules, regulations, and it was just like, I mean, rules and regulations was more like you have to cast a circle this way or that way or whatnot, and you must use salt, you must have a space, you must have an altar athame, you must have a goblet, you must have a representation of earth, air, fire, water, or you must have this candle, that candle for the god, goddess. You must, and it was just like way too much for me to intake in my brain. So then I would fast forward it because I would practice, do my own thing, not have a specific god or goddess I followed. I thought it was a higher divine that I could not explain. And I don't think anyone could explain it to me. But then my friend and my friend was getting more into it, and I mean, we were more acquaintances, but we hung out here and there, and we did like spell work in like this woods or whatnot, and I think I did a spell to change my eyes a different color, I, and I think I don't know what else we did. It was just, I mean, I after that, I mean, my eyes I think are gorgeous. I love my eyes. I don't know whether that be the spell, but it seems like after that moment, it seems my eyes were getting a lot of attention, even before then. So I don't know if that worked or not, but yeah. But no, it's like those weird, interesting little moments of going back, oh, this is dangerous, this is cool, this is new, it's different, it's fear, it's light, it's interesting, intriguing, it's like all these different emotions wrapped into one. Now, with the term beginners, I personally do not like. I don't like the term beginners, newbies, or whatnot. I think those titles are a little bit ridiculous, but I won't judge anyone for using it. Um, but with me is that I feel that when you put a label on someone, I think of being new, being beginner, whatnot. I think it's puts that impression on them that they're just experimenting, dealing, like they're getting into it. And they could have more knowledge than you at this point, and then you might have more knowledge about this at another point, and then maybe reverse, you don't know about this, I mean, who knows? I feel the divine, the magic, the metaphysical whole collective of religion and spirits like are undefinable, basically. I mean, live as a good person, I think, is throughout any religion, and be the best human you can be. I think is very important as well. So, yeah, I mean, if you, I look at it that way, but I wanted to get more into the moment that yes, this is a path I wanted to take, or this is right for me. Now, I feel that a lot of people don't go into that as much. They don't tap into that energy at that moment in time. So, what I was thinking is that we go back, we reflect on ourselves and reflect on our practice and go back to that moment where we look at that and maybe take a step back, maybe stop with the materialism and look at it as what you have in your own body, I guess. Like your mind, your soul, your heart. Like, use that as your practice. I mean, I'm thinking of that's what I'm going to do. I mean, I've been thinking about it all day, all weekend, about stepping back and not using tools for a couple weeks and do magic just with my mind, with my hands, maybe a piece of paper, and whatever I find, no buying, just all natural, go back to the raw essentials, I guess. And I feel that because I remember being in that mind frame like all those years ago of, oh, I need that, I need that, I need that, I need that, and being like, how the fuck am I going to afford all this? And do I really need all this for my practice? What's going on? Why do I need to cast a circle like this for that reason, or do this, or that, or this, or because I feel that I feel that when I researched the craft for the first time, or I felt flipping confused. I'm like, wait, so we're supposed to believe this, we're supposed to believe that, and what if we don't do this or we don't do that? And then it's all like, and so yeah, I mean, I feel that since the Yuletide is coming, or Christmas, or whatever you celebrate is coming, I think it comes to that time of year where we need to reflect because the new year's on its way, and I think that as we celebrate, we reflect on our raw roots and reflect and think about what it is that brought us here. And hey, if anyone wants to join me for this week to use nothing but maybe paper and pen, your mind, the astral field, the and whatever you have learned throughout your years, I want to see what you guys think about it. I mean, I want to hear your experiences with not using tools. I mean, I know some people believe that you need these tools. There's nothing wrong with that. And some people say that tools just hold you back, and there's nothing wrong with that either. I think in the magical and metaphysical realm of religion and practices, I feel that there is no right and wrong as long as you do good and respect other people. I mean, I don't know. I was getting, I was just, I noticed a couple people's videos and I just wanted to make my own video on how I feel and how I'm gonna go back to my roots and practice that way. And so, yeah, I mean, hey, if I pick up a tarot deck, am I going to punish myself during this week? No. If I decide to light a candle, am I going? No. But I want to remind myself of those early days of this whole adrenaline of spiritual path that I've taken. I mean, I practice chaos magic, so this to me is like dismantling what I already know, maybe rebuilding it from the bottom up again, or maybe reevaluating my practice. Because I'll get into the actual details like chaos magic in a future video. Kelly Ann did an amazing video, Kelly Ann Maddox, that I highly recommend you watch. But I feel that with this whole new experience, going back to my raw roots, I feel that just maybe I'll learn something new. I mean, maybe my brain will be able to focus more on the astral realm. Maybe I can set up an altar in the astral realm and maybe I can just meditate, reflect, maybe do some sigils in the sand or something. I mean, there's a lot of endless possibilities, and I'm not gonna uh, not look at books. I'm not gonna not, but I am going to take a step back from my practice and reevaluate it from the ground up. Like, why am I really connected with this this deity or that deity. Like, the two main ones I've been focusing on lately is Atlas and or Hodor, the Norse god of all things dark and cold. At least that's what I make him out to be. I mean, yeah. And then who knows? Maybe I'll connect with another person, another deity in the astral realm. Who knows? But I think going back to the nece- bare necessities, going back to the root of all that sparked this creation will be a very, very insightful step for me. So that is what I'm going to do this week. I'm possibly going to do a couple more videos throughout the week. There's not going to be a Tincture Tuesday because I can't afford the gifts at this moment. Well, I would have had a gift. I can't afford the alcohol or the products to make any tinctures. So I'm going to postpone a Tincture Tuesday to next Tuesday. So instead, you'll get this video or that video or this or that. Get it? Chaotic this and that. Yeah, so tell me what you think. I would like to hear your opinions. And again, this video is not to offend anyone. This video is more for a reevaluation of just everything in general, especially for me. And if you would like to join me in it, I welcome you with whole hearts. But if not, then I'll tell you what I found. And yeah, I mean, do what works for you. Do what resonates for you. I cannot stress that enough. So, yeah, I think I'm going to end this video here. Have an amazing night. May rainbows, sunshine, and hearts light up your day. Hearts, rainbows, and sunshine. Okay, toodaloos.